What is up? Good morning, everyone. I say morning. It's 9:47 on Tuesday because yesterday was Memorial Day, so the office was closed and I took the day off. I hope that you all and your families had a great Memorial Day weekend. I say that knowing that means it means different things to different people, or as far as the way that one might celebrate. And for some people, your family's very military heavy background, and Memorial Day just like has this like respectful holiday, like strong feel to it. And for others, you go like, this is not a judgmental thing. It's more of like, man, it's that day off of work and we get to go spend it as a family. And so I hope whatever it was that you did, I hope it was great for you and your family. I hope it was refreshing. And so I took the day off as well. Work was closed. And so here I am now on Tuesday. But my Mondays are just like all meetings anyway. So I didn't really feel like I didn't get any work done yesterday because I rarely get actual things done on Mondays. So we're going to jump right into it. A new series this week called Take the Lead. We are talking about Old Testament leadership. Woo! Nothing more exciting for kindergartners. Am I right? We're going to be talking about 3 weeks of Judges, and then the final week is going to be Ruth. So we're just going to jump in 1 week at a time. This week, week 1, we're talking about Deborah, Judges chapter 4. If you've never heard this story before, if you've never read this story, go to Judges 4 and read through. Honestly, read the whole book of Judges. It's bonkers. And because of the way we're doing these on video, I did not teach this as graphic as I might sometimes. This is the story where Deborah tells Barak, hey, you need to go fight Sisera and his army. And Barak goes, I'm scared. I don't want to do it. And she goes, hey, if you do it, I'll go with you. But the victory will belong to a woman, not a man. And he said, I don't care. I'm scared. Come with me. And long story short, Sisera ends up with a tent peg through his skull while taking a nap. And so I did not tell that part of the story. Now, to our 4th and 5th graders, I will, man. I'm going to tell them, like, man, I talk about people dying in the Bible. I say, giving them the business. So, like, JL's like, yeah, Sisera, come in, take a nap. I'll take care of you. And he lays down, and then she, bam, gives him the business. So, just so you know, the story that I tell is very much and then Sisera dies. Okay, there you go. Again, 4th and 5th graders, they can handle it. But, like, if you're a kindergartner and you're hearing about people going camping and getting nails driven through their faces, that'll scar you for life. So let's jump into it. With that being said, and if, by the way, if you're like, wait a second, what are you teaching? Go to Judges chapter 4 and go to the Bible app and then just click like read out loud and then play it in your car while you're driving to work. That's an option you have. You can just listen to it. So big idea. Everyone can be a leader. Deborah was not the one, women were not expected to be leaders back then, but Deborah was a leader, and then Jael ends up winning the battle. That wasn't expected. So that's the big idea. We're going to start with a game called Follow Which Leader. We're going to have a bunch of note cards, and so you're going to bring kids up on stage. This is our host game up front. Bring kids on stage, give 3 kids a command, but only one of them is the leader. And so then, one kid's going to do jumping jacks, and one kid is going to do push-ups, and one kid is going to do sit-ups. I'm making this up right now. Which kid are you supposed to follow? So then you have the crowd. Some will do sit-ups, some will do push-ups, some will do jumping jacks. And then you go, okay, if you were doing jumping jacks, you get a point because that was the leader. So sort of the game, trying to guess who is the real leader. We have our new memory verse, Micah 6:8. And then we will do our 2 songs for worship, I Will Not Fear and Echo. I Will Not Fear is a new song for us. And then Echo is a song that we've done before. So we'll do that. We'll jump into our story, Judges 4, fairly short video. And then into our small group. So we're going to do a little activity. We're going to have them line up in order based on the categories that you give them. So your categories can be like tallest to shortest, oldest to youngest, which again, a lot of you are in grades. So now you got to start going birthdays. T-shirt color based on the rainbow. So you get your Roy G. Biv going on there. Or number of siblings. You have small, least number to biggest number, or biggest number to smallest number. But you can also give them this creative aspect to it as well. And you go, hey, the challenge is to do it without saying a word or touching each other. So you can't talk. So how do you know when someone's birthday is to get lined up in order of your age? So at the end, you'll ask, what did each of you do to lead yourselves through this activity? Then you'll sit them down and you'll have this question for them. What makes a leader? In your opinion, what are some things that every leader says, does, or has that makes them a great leader? And so we're going to just start the month off with the conversation of, okay, what do we mean when we're talking about taking the lead and being a leader? Because this week is Deborah, but next week is Gideon, and then Samson, and then Ruth. So we're going to do that. And then finally, a little hands-on activity where you're going to give kids this here, and they're going to write their name, and then in the circles, what are categories, what are things that they are good at, things that they love to do, and they're going to write those things down. And if you have kindergartners, you can just talk through this, okay? You don't have to give them one of these because they might struggle with this. Although we are at the end of kindergarten, meaning our kindergartners are a little bit more capable. In 2 weeks, they're going to promote up, and we're going to have preschoolers as kindergartners. And so that activity would not work by that point. But this week, it may work just absolutely fantastic for you. So the thing is this, what's your name? And what are 5 things you love to do, 5 things you're really good at? Okay, great. Now look at your friend's paper, and using the words they wrote to describe themselves, what are some things or some ways you think they can lead? So this is going to become a, hey, if you're really good at this, maybe you could lead by doing this, because we just talked about what makes a leader. So then what do you like to do? What are you good at? And how can you lead? Even as a 3rd grader, how can you lead? So we'll do that. And then finally, we'll have our prayer time, and then you have some discussion questions, but also feel free to play a different game in your small group. Don't feel like you have to do the discussion questions. I gave those to you as a supplementary act. So between the lead by example, the get in line based on these things, and then your question, and then your this activity here, you should have more than enough stuff going on. And like I said, when you're all done, play a game in your small group and have some fun doing that. So have a great day, have a great week. If you have any more questions, holler at me. I'll be around this weekend. It's gonna be great. Until then, peace out.